Okay, and I think we're ready to go ahead and get it started. So let's go ahead and get it started, of course. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear. Welcome to the channel. And I cannot tell you how excited I am. It is finally the time. Grounded has finally left early access and now is in its 1.0 state. This is a game I have been so excited to continue playing and finish out. But I am going to start from scratch. This is going to be full playthrough of Grounded we're going to be working on. I'm so excited right now. Sorry about the hesitations. It's mostly because I thought this was coming out in 2 days. Turns out this is coming out today out of early access. So I'm very excited I came home to this. Sorry, I keep on saying that. If you don't know anything about Grounded, imagine Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game. That is what this is. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, one of my favorite movies from childhood. I've been practicing playing this for the last couple of weeks, honestly, just so that I could prepare and at least know what I'm doing for the first part of the game. But as we go in, there's a whole bunch of stuff I have yet to explore. Apparently there's even a new starting location for the game. At least that's what the patch notes said for 1.0. Maybe I read that wrong. But that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. If you're joining me here at the channel, you like what you see, you want to see more of it, feel free to hit that subscribe button, follow the channel, whatever you want to do. Give me a howdy comments, anything you want to do. I have been playing
My name's
Pete,
Peter. My friends call me Pete.
and we're going to continue playing Pete in a very new scenario. So let's go ahead and get that started as well. We're going to name it Sharkin World, which is what I have been naming all my test worlds. Let's jump into it. Oh man, I've been so excited for this. Oh, so excited.
You can't run from me, you foul beast! You think you outsmarted me, the mighty Muldoon? I don't think so, Yoked Girth!
Stay tuned for what happens next on Yoked Girth. Now a word from our sponsor.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky puncho fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot. It's a punch to the gut. So stop by, fill up, and make sure you get your Billy Hog hot dog before you jet away.
Good morning, Brook Hollow. Today is October 20, 1990. This is your news. We have a special breaking report. The police department has released information that more local teenagers have gone missing. They were last seen earlier this week, and the only connection between the teenagers is that they are all students at Brook Hollow High School. This could be linked to the disturbing trend of other possible abductions and missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town. If anyone has seen the teenagers or has any other information, please contact the police department.
Oh my goodness.
The mayor of Brook Hollow has put a curfew into effect for anyone under 18 starting tonight. Now to other news. In the business world, prominent practical technology signs a few deals with...
So it even takes place in the 90s. I didn't know that. Giving me the same vibes as when I first started watching Stranger Things right at the start. The music, the vibe, everything. We were airdropped in a suitcase? Oh my god. Ooh, I like that. I have chills from the opening. Explore your surroundings.
Whoa, Pete. Oh, looks like you really stepped in it this time.
Okay, so maybe...
Where in the world are you? Hello? Hello?
It's a lot more animated than
All
it
right,
used to be.
remember your scout training. Step 1, get your bearings.
What is going on? There were a lot of improvements over the original intro. I mean, it is the same intro. It just happens to be...
Taking a look.
Come on, I can do this.
Mark that
There we
one
go,
off
we
the
got a B.
list.
That's one thing that's called peak. Is it me? This is... Hey, the laser's not on. Like, at all. gonna go and start grabbing rocks while we're at it.
Signal detected.
Ooh, it's Hawks.
What's that? It sounds like a radio signal.
I feel like my FOV is off. Let's try amping that up a bit.
It must be being transmitted from nearby. Oh, wow. My scout training
I
doesn't
was
have a
gonna
merit badge for this.
go into third person mode. I actually prefer the third person mode.
Curious. Ophidoidea.
Make sure we scout everything we can. Aphid. And we're gonna go ahead and pick up all the sap. Now, I will say, as again, it seems like I know what I'm doing. If you've never seen any of this game, and I put the sap, I do know a little bit about what I'm doing. This is something that I've been playing for the better part of 2 weeks, preparing for it. I've managed to get to about the second biome of this game, a game that I vastly have been enjoying since its launch, on and off. However, I never made it past the second biome. I won't spoil that for anybody who is, you know, attempting to play this as a blind playthrough, maybe later on, maybe using this as a way to gauge whether or not they want to play the game or buy it in the future. By all means, go ahead and do that. I would heavily suggest it, because this game is incredible. Oh, Spacer Safety Test. This is also new. Spacer Safety Test. Power fluctuations are within acceptable range. The machine itself continues to operate as expected. Weatherproofing of the platform components is holding up quite well. The pylons, however, are a finicky trio. Maintaining the beam angles requires a regular obstruction removal. The yard is simply too alive for precision instruments. Oh, Euclidean space, you fickle mistress. Reminder, check embiggening cell diagnostic before end-of-day protocols. Well, you got a little more files there.
Well, logic dictates that there are probably more of these stations around. Maybe if I keep
Probably.
searching, I'll find some clues.
So,
Or someone.
this is what they call a resource analyzer. These are spread throughout the backyard, so it's this little research facility. There are many spread out. And how you learn to craft new things is by coming in here, taking things that you've picked up for the first time ever and taking them to an analyzer. And then it'll tell you things that you can then craft out of it, such as crude rope from this fiber that we have here. And we're also going to do rock, and that should be able to get us the ability to craft axes. Now, they are on a charge, but it only takes about a couple of minutes for these charges to come back. Once you have the ability to craft something, you'll then go into your craft menu, which is C for us, and we can also then begin to craft what we need. In this case, we're going to make a spear, and we're also going to make a pebble axe, crude rope. The cool thing about it is when you see what you need, and you don't have it, you can just craft it right there instead of going to another menu. We needed one more sprig,
I spy.
and now we have the axe. Ooh, did they redesign the way the axe looks? No, it just looked like, I don't know, there's something about this, it looks a little bit sharper. What we can choose to do is tear these down and get the dry grass, because dry grass is different than normal grass, and we'll go ahead and pick up a couple of more things while we're here. We can also, later on, learn to check out the sap, because the sap and the dry grass, as well as grass in itself, if you hold the planks, you will then also discover recipes. So we should at least have one charge back, maybe? No, no charges. Okay. Select analysis. Okay. Cool. So we'll have a... Oh, look, we'll have a charge here in a moment. We'll go ahead and do the sap. It should be up here any minute now. We now have the ability to make a workbench, a sap sconce, torch, and plant lamp. Torch and the workbench are probably the most important things you can unlock at the beginning, and we've already hit level 1 of brain power. That gives us the schematics for pebble hammer, clover poncho, clover hood, and clover shin guards, our first set of gear. We also have other things we would learn, however, we learned them before we needed to. And that's pretty cool in my book, because you don't necessarily have to discover all the recipes if you don't realize something is discoverable, or if maybe you don't know what to do. The game will naturally let you figure out how to do it as you level up and analyze other things.
Look at the size of that thing. It's probably the size of a bathroom scale?
It is true. It is probably about the size of the bathroom scale. To me, it looks like the land, or the area looks a little bit more flat than it used to be.
New one for the beast, Jerry. Curiosity killed the tiny Pete.
Okay, so we need to hit that button to turn on the lasers.
Looks like this thing hooks up with those lasers. I don't think that worked properly. It seems like the machine needs all 3 lasers to function.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way to fix them?
So the first one, we can go ahead and knock this out.
Hey, a common example of the Formicinae family.
And I do want to work on the ability to eat food because we're going to go hungry, and I do
Consulting
know
Detective Weevil, hot on the
Gross.
trail.
we can
He's
get
got
that
a
food
nose for the truth.
for things like this weevil here. We can also find aphids. Aphids are also a good source of meat right at the start. However, aphids in themselves are fairly quick to kill. They like to run up to the blades of grass and hide from you. However, what I'm going to try to do is see if we can get real sneaky with it. If we can actually gank them a little bit, run up on them, we might be able to grab 1 or 2 of them and cook them over the fire, because we are quite... Oh, there's one. Follow him up the blade of grass. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. See? He's hooked on this blade of grass. So what we do... He should fall. There you go. They make sounds. I lost him. I thought I heard him. Oh well. We're not going to worry about it. Instead, I'm going to run all the way back down here. By the time we come back, we shouldn't have a problem with researching some more stuff. Oh, there's a weevil. I want to kill that weevil. And specifically, I really want weevils, and there's a reason for that. Weevils have a pretty good piece of gear that we can use here at the start. And that weevil gear is the ability to craft a shield. Let's get this weevil, come on. There we go. We got a weevil nose. We should also be coming across a... Before we continue on with the quest of what we should do... Is that mite chasing us? No, it's not chasing us. We're going to go make ourselves a cook fire and set up our first additional workbench that we need to set up in order to continue our journey on. So let's go ahead and research it. We should have all our charges at. Oh, we have 1 charge. That's still good enough. We will go ahead and do a... We'll do the mite for Fuzz. Arrow, mite hat, stuff mite, and Fuzz on the rocks. All of them fantastic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up our first little campfire, cook, and all that sort of stuff, just so we can start eating. And we also need to find a good source of water. Now in this game, water is a little weird, but that's completely acceptable, given our weird environment. It only comes from blades of grass, and if you look up and you stare at the tops of the blades of grass, you can sometimes see like a dew of water hanging from there. And all it takes is for you to hit the blade of grass to get the water to drop. Or, better yet, you can find a juice box, which is exactly what we're finding right here. Over this ladybug. We're not going to mess with that right now. Ladybugs will mess us up pretty hardcore. And here we are at the juice box. And we found a drop of juice. And juice is incredibly amazing. Look, it refills our thirst meter for pretty much almost all the way to full. As far as naturally occurring water goes, the best time to actually collect water, believe it or not, is in the late at night or early in the morning, mostly because it collects on the grass as condensation and stuff like that happens naturally in the morning time. We're also going to do our best to collect some of this clover here, because we do know... Oh, is that a weevil? It is a weevil. And the reason why I want to kill these weevils, by the way, I would like to test their meat. It sounds funny. But the weevil has a couple of things that it can provide to us that the aphid can't. In this case, the weevil can give us the ability to craft a offhand shield, should we want to have some defensive option. There aren't that many shields in the game that I know of. Never seen the second shield. I know there's at least another one. And they can also give us a gas mask, which will be very handy for a biome leader that I've also never been to. Right here, Dave. Look, another weevil. Where's that aphid at? I hear him. Also hear another weevil. Did they put more weevils in the game or something? Oh, we can kill this. Alright, we also got a aphid. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a cook fire. Roasting spit. We need one more chunk of dry grass. This looks like dry grass right here. There we go. And once our dry grass is done, we'll go ahead and make a little fire. Construct that, and we're going to do that right about here. We made that, and then we're also going to cook up, let's do one of those and one of those. And while we're doing that, we're also going to look at see what we need for our workbench. Workbench, we need grass planks. That is easy, or said, there it is. That is just easy done. And now, there is a reason why I picked this particular spot for our workbench and our cook fire. This is where I happen to assemble my beginner base most of the time, and have had pretty good luck with not a lot of things being a problem here. Now that we have our workbench compiled, we now have the ability to create a pebble hammer, arrows, torches, and our first set of gear that we would want. We can do that easily. Let's go ahead and make these crude ropes. Oh, we probably need to make more than this. Alright. Wait, did we make? Shit, I made 3 hoods. I didn't mean to make 3 hoods.
That should keep me safe.
Ah, damn it.
Safer.
Alright, can we trash? We'll trash this. Same thing with it. I managed to do something terrible. What do we need now? Some crude rope? Oh, we're still good. Crude rope and some, that's it. So go ahead and click some more of this stuff. Everything in the environment is very, very usable. Now, we are going to save all this grass around here, because even though it's grass to us as giant human beings and whatnot here, grass is essentially wood in this world. So we're going to be able to turn all this stuff into walls, different things right here at the start.
Yum!
And now we are no longer hungry. We're going to go ahead and craft this. Craft and equip. There we go. And now we have a full set of gear. We can also need 2 more pebbles and a sprig, and we'll have ourselves our hammer. I want to try to create all this gear while we can. And then we also need to create what's called a lean-to, which is our tent and our respawn point. So that is something to consider. So when we die, we don't end up back at the case where we started. Although that's not there very far. Still, it'd be nice to have a place to call home temporarily until we can figure out what the hell happened to us to begin with. Okay, so there's the pebble hammer. Spiky sprig, thistle, alright. Spiky sprig is actually a fairly good start weapon or item. Dry grass for the torch. We'll need a torch in order to get to a darker spot coming up here in a little bit. We will be trekking underground in this game, and as such, you would need a way to see. Hey, I equipped that. Wait, this is not dry grass. This is, oh, that's a weed. I heard something. What is over here making a sound? Oh. And add another weevil. Okay. We're going to go inspect this weevil meat, mostly because that is going to be what we need in order to make a shield, I believe. I think it's the weevil meat. Or maybe it's the weevil meat that makes the face mask. Either way, we have plenty of things that we can research over here. Let's go ahead and start with the meat. Yep, there's our weevil shield and the stuffed weevil. I believe this right here will get us the ability to craft a mask. Yep, there we go. We don't have all the pieces degraded, but of course, we do have the option to do stuff with that. Dry grass, stem plank, and plank pallet. Fantastic. It's basically our place where we can sit lumber at. And then, what about the shield? What does that take to in order to make one of those? Grub hide. Ooh, grub hide. Okay. Well, that's food for thought. So, we're going to be a little cheeky about how we're going to do things here. Before we continue on, I'm going to clear this area, and we're going to make ourselves a little hovel to call home. So I'm going to first start off by chopping down all the grass. And then what do we need to make a pallet? Pebble and rope. Oh, we only have enough for that. Good thing is we actually have access to everything we need right here. Make one more of these. Plank pallet. There we go. We're going to drop this right. Let's see, we drop that right over here somewhere. And what we're going to do here is we're going to stack up all of our... Let's see. Yeah, we're going to stack up all of our grass over here. Man, I love this game. This game has been so much fun, experimentation, stuff like that. If you like RPGs, if you like grinding for new weapon sets and all that sort of stuff, and just like vast exploration, I did not think this game could be as big as it is. It got way bigger than I had anticipated. The only thing that could have made this game potentially bigger than it already is if they had some way to incorporate procedurally generated maps. Unfortunately, the map is the way it is. Maybe a procedurally generated one would come in the future. I do not know. I do not make those plans. But I sure hope they would. It'd be really cool to be able to constantly explore a new map. I've been falling in love with this game more and more every day, if it hasn't been able to be told by the amount that I've been gushing about it. Once we actually create, or chop down enough of this to create some walls for our little hovel here, we're also going to look at...
It's getting quite late. I should construct some
also gonna look
shelter
at,
and get some sleep.
creating some storage containers for us. What do they want us to find? Oh, lean-to. Oh, okay, so for our little tent. Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. We're also going to need to look at trying to see if we can find a good source of water here soon. I believe the juice box may actually be ready by the time we get there. Let's go ahead and do a lean-to, and we're going to construct that, and we're going to put this right about here. And we're going to set that as our respawn point. There we go. Now, if anything ever happens to us, we can do that. I believe our research facility should be ready for us to do some more research. And then we'll go find some water for ourselves so we don't thirst to death. If your hunger or thirst do get lower than they should, that'll actually cut your stamina in half. Or your health in half, I believe. And this should give us the access to base building stuff. There we go. Walls, tables, half walls, grass door, plant fiber. Nice. All that is good stuff. Let's go ahead and do clovers. Storage basket, clover table, plant fiber. Cannot remember exactly what it is that we need in order to... Oh, we don't have any more charges. That's fine. In order to enough to make the actual storage chest. The storage basket is pretty good for now, though. I don't know how far the plank pallet stacks up, but I'm pretty confident we're pretty close to. Yeah, we've already maxed it out. It's fine. So we will unload right here. This grass won't go anywhere. I am going to cut down a couple more pieces right here. And probably, what is it to make the basket? There we go. We're going to put a basket right here. And I'm going to go ahead and stuff some mushrooms in there. All this. Oh, we don't need any of this. And what is it for the shield? Did we check that already? The grub, right? The grub. The poncho, we need gnat fuzz, stink bug parts. We're not really worried about that. So what I'm going to end up probably doing is cooking up some of this grub. Yeah. There we go. That's going to cook for us. We're going to drop all that. And we're going to take off to see if we can get some clean water from the juice box. See if there's another droplet that maybe... Oh! Being some water for us, didn't it? There it is. Sometimes the game gives us helpful hints about stuff like this. The good news is eventually we will also get access to a cantina.
Nice and clean.
That was delicious. Come on, let me hit it. There we go. We're going to keep that gnat fuzz. That gnat fuzz will come in handy later. I believe that is used for the bow. We need to get more gnats so we can craft a bow. Was that a weevil? It was a weevil. Damn, we're getting really lucky with all the weevils.
Built for sniffing.
Alright. Those are gone. I'm going to keep collecting rocks because I don't feel like we've been collecting nearly enough rocks. So our first order of business is to get the laser or device powered up by the lasers. We've already cleared one of the obstructions. The other one involves us going underground. And I happen to know through my time playing the game, we need two things. One is the torch. The other is a hammer to break through a wall. And three things, actually, if you want to get the most out of your journey in there, would be a shovel. Because you'll notice that in the ground occasionally you'll see some rumblings, and those are actually where the grubs hide. And if you kill the grub, you actually get the hide. And that hide can be used for many number of things, such as the shield and or... sorry, I was trying to figure out what type of bug that was, a ladybug. A canteen, so you don't have to constantly be searching for water. You can keep a couple of droplets on you at any given time. And see that ground moving right there? That is a clear sign of a grub there. Now there are two versions of grub. There's a grub that's helpless. They let you kill them. You can turn the hide into whatever you need them to be turned into. And then there's their larvae. The larvae are much more aggressive and will attack you for digging them out of the ground. Not a biggie. And for the now, we're actually going to disregard the ping that we just saw to go off on our menu over there. We are going to take advantage of all this delicious sap that can be used for first aid kits and whatnot. Alright, make sure we get all the acorns. And so this is actually the oak tree. This will be one of the first places we come after we fix the machine. And the only reason why we're coming over here this early is I happen to know that acorn is only really found in this location and will be immensely useful throughout, as it will give us the ability to craft shovels. And shovels are insanely useful in a lot of areas around this game. There's some sap over there, we're not going to worry about that. And, as well, breaking all these acorns and collecting all of it will allow us to also craft our first major set of gear upgrades that we'll use for a while. That might be all the acorns we need. It is getting dark outside, so we are going to start heading back to our hovel. Now at nighttime, what I can tell you is that one of the major enemies in the game is spiders, are to believe, right? Well, they're in here, and they're absolutely 100% fucking terrifying. And we are nowhere near what we need to be in order to fight them. And for the most part, starting out, I wouldn't even recommend fighting them, as they are quite big and quite terrifying unless you are good.
One long schnoz, built for sniffing.
Parrying in this game, which I am not yet. I'm picking all this weevil meat up for a reason. I know that some of it's probably going to go bad soon. Oh shit.
Mark that one off the list.
That is a orb weaver spider. I got really chancy there. Check that out. And we are probably, we most absolutely will 100% fight attack here. Oh, where are we at? Oh, we're in a wall. That's why we ran into our weaver. I ran the wrong direction entirely. Can we get away? Oh, we got away. Hey, there's water here too. Ooh, we got lucky there. Not gonna lie. Food will also heal us, so let's go ahead and eat up.
But imagine it's a foot pounder.
And wants us to create a first aid kit so we can learn that. So we'll go ahead and craft one because we most definitely could use one. Let's go ahead and make a fiber bandage. Oh, we don't have the plant fiber for it. There we go. And we'll use that on ourselves. There we go. What's over there moving? That's gotta be ladybug, right? Yeah, it is. We will definitely want to be keeping track of all the ladybugs because the ladybugs are immensely useful later on. I see our base illuminated over there by there. And somehow we just discovered the campfire. There's also a mint box over there. Although, apparently we just need to walk over there. It used to be, once upon a time, that box of mints used to be very accessible in the sense that once you actually got inside the box of mints, you could create an incredibly powerful hammer. Now, apparently, there is more to it. Storage chest, that's what you need for this. Okay. Smoothie station, sap catcher, spinning wheel, like more fence and garden patch. Nice. And let's go ahead and do the, what is this? Gnat meat, gnat fuzz. We're going to do the gnat fuzz. Sprig bow, stuffed gnat. Amazing. Alright. So, now what we're doing here, we're going to go ahead and craft a couple things. We will go ahead and craft the shovel. We will then also go ahead and craft... Oh, we need clover. You know what? Before we do any clover stuff, I think it's a good time that we start planning our defenses. And just in case we get attacked by any spiders and such, we can start erecting walls. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do in the next episode. If you've been staying tuned with me and you've been watching Grounded, you like the content you see and you want me to see more of it, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel here. And I'll be posting more Grounded content. We'll also be continuing on with our gameplay of... Shit, what was the other game I was just playing yesterday that I absolutely love and now I forgot because of Grounded? Count on the Bridge of Spirits. Damn, I couldn't believe it. Man, that was the biggest brain fart ever. So until next time, you guys take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.